Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson here with a scruffy look. I've been working on the cars, and after covering weather all night last night, we're back at it. There's tornado watch, and we have our first severe thunderstorm warning issued by the National Weather Service. Again, if you're watching, let me know where you're watching from. Here's a look at the Park Rapids area. This does include a severe thunderstorm warning for storms exiting the Becker County area and just now pushing into the Hubbard County area near Lake George and points south into the Park Rapids area. This storm is going to be moving right over that Mantrap Lake area, Emmaville right here. That is where the Cub Scout camp is, and it's on its way. There is a hail risk with this storm, and the red areas that you see all the way from areas south of Bemidji through the Detroit Lakes area, Ottertail County, any of these storms are in an environment that has a risk for tornadoes. So there's a tornado watch that's in effect. The National Weather Service has that in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. Storms are going to form in our area, Becker County, Hubbard County, Ottertail County, and they will swiftly move off to the east. Cheryl, it's been pouring here in thunder and lightning in Park Rapids. Thanks for your report. Let me tell you what, with the onset of a tornado watch, we'll go ahead and take a look at the spin in this particular storm here. The environment has what we call low-level shear. Near the ground, the spin in the atmosphere is pretty intense. So there is a pretty good risk today, I should say a higher or elevated risk today of a few tornadoes, and a couple could be strong. Right near Lake George, we do have some evidence of some spin on the radar. This radar is a long ways away. This one's coming from the Minneapolis area. Let's turn on the Mayville radar. It's just a pinch closer, see if we see the same thing. We do still see some shear in the storm near the Lake George area, but it's not what we would call right next to each other, maybe out here near the Argo area, not far from Emmaville. So it's a line of storms it's going to be capable of, says the National Weather Service, of 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch diameter hail. The storm is moving east at 45 miles per hour. So I'll put the timer on here and let you see where this storm is heading and where it's going to be in the upcoming minutes as it's moving off to that northeasterly pace here. Again, let's put it in at about, not 354 miles per hour, not moving quite that fast. Lake George within about 6 minutes, LaPorte 24 minutes. This is for the hail core making its way to the north and east. Now we're going to check another part of the storm in the central part of the county here. This is heading toward the Walker area. And put that in there. And that one is looking at the Emmaville area in about 3 minutes. Emmaville not far from the Cub Scout camp there. As you know, that's the turnoff. So again, this certainly is a strong and potent thunderstorm moving to the north and east. Again, damaging straight line wind and the 1-inch diameter hail, the main threat from that cell. We got another one firing here not far from Akeley and Nevis. That storm looks to be intensifying over the last couple of scans. And here's a look at the movement and development of storms as we have gone through the last hour or so. These storms all have an individual movement to the north and to the east, so it's going to be moving into that general direction of Walker, Wilkinson, and Cass Lake area in the upcoming 1 hour. We do have some developing storms that have rumbled out of the FM area. Our risk of severe weather in Fargo, in Grand Forks, and in northwest Minnesota is very low today. We may see some rain. We may see some wraparound showers. It's going to be a cooler day here, but our risk for severe weather is kaput. It's mainly going to be focused out to the east today. And today's risks will include all factors, including tornado potential for today. Looking down near Sioux Falls, southern parts of Minnesota, there's a watch there. We can see a line forming just off to the east of Sioux Falls and Brookings. That line will continue to intensify as well. Those may very well be more highly likely to see some of the spin in the early area. Thanks, Cheryl, for letting me know. Oakley present. Good to have you on, Leora. Dew point is 75 in Wilmer, so we got some sticky and humid air out there that will fuel thunderstorms. And in the lower atmosphere, we have a risk. Now, I promised you a look at the forecast. We're going to take a look at that right now. I'm going to pull up model guidance. I'm going to do so on the computer and go right to the very latest one here. So here we go. Again, I apologize for my look. I've been out working on cars and trying to keep up with stuff here. And here we go with more weather that has become a risky day. And it's starting very early as we head through the midday hour into 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So here's a look at the next few hours from this high resolution model. What you're going to see is this developing line right here as we go through this right now time frame. Model doing a good job, even showing the line down here near the Sioux Falls area. These storms will move to the north and east. You see this shape right here? This is a cool front area. This is a warm front area. There'll be a risk of spin in any of these isolated cells that form down here. That spin is real and it is present. This is more of a warm front feature. There's going to be some spin and some shear, we call it, around that area as well. The time frame you're looking at here is 21Z. You subtract 5 from 21 and you get 16. That's about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Those storms will be heading in the general direction of Duluth and Hibbing up into the Northland. As we look into the arrowhead of Minnesota, things really expand, become a little more linear. All risks will remain steady as we go into the evening hours here. And then this is a look at 10 o'clock. It's out of here. On the backside, there's your wraparound cool north wind. That's your day. Showers and thunderstorms. Let's take a look at that risk for tornadoes and where the spin is the greatest. To do that, I'm going to put up a parameter where our forecast model right here will calculate what we call a tornado index or parameter. The risk of spin in the atmosphere adds to this. Thunderstorm risk adds to this. So it's where all the ingredients are the best for producing, or should I say the worst, for producing that chance for tornadoes. Not everybody in this area is going to see tornadoes. You have to have a thunderstorm developing. Here is a look as we go through the midday hour into the early afternoon. It spreads right into the Brainerd Lakes area that was so hard hit less than a week ago with very damaging large long track tornadoes that worked their way through those areas. And now that risk will continue. The risk does decrease as we head into the late night hours across Lakes Country and the Brainerd area, the St. Cloud area, and it moves up more close to Duluth as we head toward the evening before dissipating. So the risk for spin is there. The risk for the upward vertical motion is there, with temperatures out to the east that are very robust. Warm, humid air. Now, there has been some clouds and some showers. Sometimes that can limit convection, but not today. The lower level atmosphere definitely has some spin in it, so that is why the watch is issued. So keep in mind that not all areas that are in the watch are going to see a tornado today, and not all areas that have thunderstorms are going to see severe ones, but the ingredients are there for them to begin spinning, and we do have that risk along with hail and wind. So now, if you're in Lake George, if you're down towards Emmaville, between Lake George and Emmaville, I'll go ahead and put this up on the radar one more time here. This windy thunderstorm here, showing this backward C shape as we look in on the Emmaville area. I'll have to color this in white so I can see my crayon just a little bit better. So there's your gusty wind pushing its way right over the Mantrap Lake area right now, and it's heading on over to the Cabacona Lake as we go Cabacona Lake out there to the east in the eastern parts of Hubbard County, heading in towards Walker and Leech Lake. A very windy line of thunderstorms. How high is the threat of tornadoes in Kimball, just south of St. Cloud? It's in the watch area here. So if you are in that St. Cloud area, the risk is there. We just showed that risk of tornado activity there, and the risk is high in the early stages of the afternoon, and then as we get in toward the evening hours, so between now and say 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the risk is there, and then it moves up more toward Duluth as we go into the latter part of the day. I did show too that there's some storms forming here along the South Dakota-Minnesota border outside of Sioux Falls that will be working their way northeast towards Marshall and Redwood Falls as well in the upcoming couple of hours. Those will have a risk to them, and those will pass through the area you're concerned about there, Jeff. So that's a quick look. All right, I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I'll go get myself cleaned up just a little bit, and it's been a long 24 hours, and this is day 2 of a severe weather outbreak. Flooding, rain is going to be another potential problem with these storms. Rainfall from these storms produce 1 to 4 inches of rain. Very interesting weather, to say the least. Our first severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. It is now over Hubbard County. It is now over central Hubbard County and that Mantrap Lake area near Emmaville and the Lake George area. It's heading towards Walker. It's heading south of Bemidji. Bemidji, you are not in the track of the severe thunderstorm at this time. I will be back. Simon, thanks for your comments there. I did not have my lutefisk today, but I'm ready for the storms. I will get even more ready here this afternoon. If storms approach your area, the number one thing you can do is stay informed, find out if it's warned for, and then Think about right now. Think about where you can go to stay safe if tornadoes develop. If you have family, friends camping out in lakes country today, please pass along this video to them by tagging them in the bottom and let them know they need to keep their head on a swivel and stay informed, because Lakes area, Becker and Otter Tail County, points east toward the Brainerd Lakes area up towards Walker, once again targeted by storms. And again, Mille Lacs, right? That area got hit so hard by tornadic storms less than a week ago. And we already have a flood warning in place up in flood advisories, up in the Iron Range of Minnesota for heavy rain last night. And there's more on the way today. Stay informed. And as always, stay safe.